So I read the article by former chief scientist of Pfizer, Mike Yeadon, and he wrote about the dangers of the COVID-19 vaccine. He said people don't realise what is going to happen. He said when we tested rDNA technology on cows, rabbits and chickens 10 years ago to see if it was safe, the animals that they tested and injected with the rDNA, which is the same thing that's in the COVID-19 vaccines, the animals that did not either die the next day or 2 weeks later lived for 2 years. 2 years, no side effects. Then he said after 2 years, all the animals started dropping dead. And they're like, what's caused this? They've all just died, the whole lot that received the vaccine, the rDNA vaccine. So they checked the bodies and they found that what the rDNA does is over time it gradually and slowly attacks the vital organs, including the heart, the liver, lungs and kidneys of the test subjects, until they literally stop functioning and break down completely, killing the test subject. He said, I have approached many mainstream media stations to try and get airtime to warn people this rDNA is not as successful. It is not a safe thing to have in any vaccine, but it's in all COVID-19 vaccines. He said not one mainstream channel would let me have airtime. He had to take to social media instead to try and warn as many people as possible. And he says, no matter what you do, do not get the COVID-19 vaccine. He said, I'm giving humans that have had it 3 years, and he said that's being generous if they're lucky to live after getting the injection. He said 2 to 3 years from now, you are going to see a mass of deaths of people dying from the COVID-19 vaccine. These are Mike Yeadon's words. You can look him up, former chief scientist of Pfizer. He said the rDNA technology is going to do nothing but start culling back a mass of the human population. This is their plan. It's written on the Georgia Guidestones. You can also look that up. Maintain humanity under 500 million worldwide. The Zionists and Freemasons that run this world wrote up their own 10 commandments, and one of the commandments is to cull the human population back to maintain it at 500 million worldwide or under. So we have like 7.5, 8 billion people on the planet. This is a mass genocide. Now, it doesn't end there. It gets a lot worse. They're going to actually start bringing in what's called a one world government, a one world currency for the whole world, and a one world government. In other words, instead of nations running themselves and having their own governments, they are literally going to bring about a one world government that rules the entire world. It'll be run by the Zionists and Freemasons from the banking system. This is why they're starting to bring in all this surveillance stuff now, facial recognition, all these sorts of things, to literally bring about a surveillance tracking society where all your freedoms and privacy are completely removed. You'll be nothing but free-range cattle. That's all you'll be. I mean, we're almost there now. It's getting ridiculous. But yeah, like, it's not going to end well. That's all I can say. So, I think people really need to wake up and have a look at what's going on. It's insanity. It's insanity that people can't see this. It's insanity that people refuse to do their research. And, you know, people's heads are just buried in the sand. So hopefully this can wake them up. You know, do your research. Research into Agenda 21. They've got it disguised as something else now, pretty much called The Great Reset. It's pushed by Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum. By Prince Charles of the Freemason English royal family, pushed by Jacob Rothschild, one of the most dangerous predator class elites in the world, and his little buddies like Alan Greenspan, Warburg, and all those others. You know, it's not going to end well, guys. And we can only get information out there. We can only save those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, as Jesus would have said. You know, and like he said, Jesus even said, my people perish from a lack of knowledge. And this is very true. What these Luciferian predator class Zionists and Freemasons are trying to do is they're trying to rebuild a modern Babylon. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to become their own gods and rule over us and have us as slaves. We can only wake people up. That's all we can do. We've got to get the word out there. We've got to do all we can. At the end of the day, we're awake. There's still going to be sheep at the end of the day. They're going to be swallowed up and walk off the cliff. But if we can save even 10 people, even 50 people, it'll be worth it. If we can wake up 50 people or 60 people or 100 more people, then in turn they can wake up another 50 or another 100. We've got to create that domino effect. We've got to awaken people. Realize they are a spiritual being on this earth, designed by a higher creator. We are not just specks of dust that evolved from a monkey. You know, this shit is what we're being fed in the education system for years. Okay? And if you really want to see something very, very truthful, go to YouTube and type this in: documentary level 2021. Watch that documentary. It will show you how much the government and these bankers have been lying to us and feeding us wrongful information about our planet for years. Watch it. Type in documentary level 2021. See ya, guys, and I'll have more videos up soon.
Come from greed, never